the Bowl of Despair on Beggar's Lane, where so many have wagered their pay at the Palladium, only to be thrown out on the cobbles penniless. The buildings cast long shadows onto the reeking streets, full of gritty waste and newspapers flapping in the gutters, and by the bootstrapped Londoners with a handle of their vices would seldomly tread this dreary block. But the regulars circle back like a spinning jenny. They scrape together what they can, feeding their habits by losing only a little each week. Meanwhile, the tenements, cramped and derelict, provide some shelter from the sight of the roach colonies, and the picked clean bones of cane rats that settle turf wars overnight. Then there is a buzzing electric fence, preventing the down and out from entering in all of the containment zone. Where upon the full moon, it is said that the wolves break free on their cells and feast on whoever happens to make their way inside. Wagon. Many a starry night saw me snatch 40 winks in a wagon's back. The days I spent running with Calvin's Romani caravans are long behind me now. Originated from North. Oh yeah, we know that. Missing poster. Julian Bertram O'Brien. Orphans missing from Sacred Heart Orphanage. Small reward furnished upon any information needed to their safe return. Please have a heart for our poor children. The Sisters of the Sacred Heart, 22 Cable Street, East End, London. Alms accepted. As with money, innocence seems to have existed here. Seems to exist here, so it may be robbed. So it may be robbed when no one's looking. Runaways or kidnapping. It's not common for orphans to stray from their abode should they face harsh conditions. Even so, it might have been a kidnapping. And if that, a last man could have been the scoundrel behind it. They're fond of recruiting children to their shady bidding. The smell alone is enough for me to avoid the underground. Rumors above the Rumors about the creatures down there, oversized cane rats with teeth as long as knives. I've no reason to venture down there right now. Can we see through it? Military grade reinforced with barbed wire. The sign reads Werewolf Containment Zone. In luminescent paint. Electric bolts are between the fence posts, the smoky ozone scent flooding your nostrils. Saints above, a fence like this certainly stirs up resentment in the public eye. Perhaps there are a more humane way of portraying likeness to the populace. Ooh, troubled woman. You were not here, Point Silas. This woman loiters around the entrance like she's making up her mind to go inside, but she's far too keen-eyed to be a customer. You there, hello. Do you work on the Palladium's first floor? Before I answer, I must say, I have a sneaking suspicion it isn't the lovely Toffers who have you interested in the Velvet Rose. Well, that's the Velvet Rose. By the way, she just raised her eyebrows. I can't tell if she's taken aback or impressed. Replying to a question with a question was the first trick I learned when I became a journalist. Placing a hand over her heart, she backsteps with a slight bow. My apologies. Ivano Arsini, reporter for the London Journal. Pleased to make your acquaintance, miss. A little over the top, but the bow was in good form. Countess, wow. Dolly? Clara Reed, and yes, I do work at the Velvet Rose. Now that we've exchanged pleasantries, I'll tell you what I need to get inside the Velvet Rose. I'm here for an interview with Dr. Clancy Wainwright. This story will flip London on its head, but you keep that between us. Let's recall them. Just need a 5. Yay! Dr. Clancy Wainwright is an on-again, off-again client for the Rose, as well as the general director of Bethnal House. The mental hospital. I thought a broth was the best setting to conduct an interview. Would you rather I extract them? The excited glint in her eyes says the opposite. If Dr. Wainwright actually responded to the telegram I sent to his assistant 8 months ago, I would be jotting down his answers in the comfort of his office at Bethnal House. She fishes out a telegram with an air of vindication. To the esteemed Dr. Wainwright, on behalf of the London Journal, an interview is requested on the merit that you are in the process of producing a cure for lycanthropy. Please respond at your earliest convenience. It further lists her name, occupation, and where to reach her. No hint of insidiousness is in the telegraph's tone is quite upfront. Not another suppressant, but an honest God cure. That'll be the greatest medical breakthrough since Saturnus morphine. So why isn't he shouting out his achievement from the rooftop? You suspect he's hiding something. You didn't hear it from me. However, there's a reasonable excuse that can be made if someone on the board at Bethnal House is forcing Wainwright to hold his tongue to keep their hospital from gaining notoriety and royal funding. Unlikely. I couldn't agree more. There's also the possibility that Wainwright is worried the drug club will retaliate. Oh, we just need a 2. The DC is 17. We already have 15 intuition. This character has gained... this is the thing that we needed earlier. This character has gained the polymath trait and will now be able to select dialogue options that requires this trait. An awakening and enlightenment to who you are, who you wish to be. Intuition went to 16, but if I were a member of the medicine monopoly, I will welcome him with open arms. I want to go here for really quick. I wish it told us what Well, she has to and now he has to. Well, he has to and now she has it. Oh, really? Do tell. Discount the price of moon cream while setting his cure at an exorbitant price, then offer him a cut generous enough to sign his soul for. It's not as if he can refuse. Topical cream. Despite what his conscience might wish of him. I know split-second business acumen is vital in tricking, but I bet a good coin you were an industrialist in a past life, Clara. Had I been born a man or wealthy for that matter? We don't know what her past was actually. But we know, kinda do. Had I been born a man or wealthy for that matter, I think perhaps my life would have gone differently. Any road. You're a smart cookie, so how about helping me get inside the Velvet Rose? Just mark the window of Dr. Wainwright's room with this chalk. Then flick the snip so you can shimmy it open for the window's ledge. If she confronts Dr. Wainwright in the room where he'll be entertained, he'll have a hard time weaseling out of the interview. Does she mean to scale the building? She does have a light body for it. Alright. What does it hurt? Why not? I enjoy a spot of tomfoolery now and again. Oh, Claire, you're the most dashing lady of the night I've ever met. And believe you me, I've met more than my fair share. She tucks a stick of chalk into my front pocket, and with a wink she turns away, pretending as if we were once again strangers in the street. She's gonna have to wait though. Liquor bottles. Someone selected this corner to drown in their sorrows, not a drop of despair. Let's search. Well, strike me blind. It's a body of old Tom. Padlocked door. make quick work of that lock with the right tools, but whatever's behind this door smells bloody terrible. I have more pressing matters to attend to anyway. Here's that rag again. I haven't much time yet. I'll be... Yeah. Charity flyer. An old leaflet from the Christian Mission. Heard they tried providing fresh substance across East London before insufficient funding sank their scheme. I should hope they helped out the folks living in the tenements nearby. They're trying. Every act of kindness, however small, helps. Could even inspire other benefactors to follow and iterate upon the Army's example. Which is true. Herring basket. A slated wooden basket made from hazel cuttings, clipping off the smell of spoiled fish. And it looks like someone mangled the contents, digging for some imagined treasure inside. Some drunken, there was silence. Some drunken pillock or nutcase, I'm sure. You won't catch me doing the same. I think Cyrus went through it. Want to make sure we don't. Oh, okay, that's all the way around. Oh, that's just the area, I'm guessing. Let's go in. Inner Palladium. Home to one of London's most discreet clubs of leisure, as well as an ostensibly infamous gambling hall. The Palladium is no stranger to the old successful Bunko Man, a famous face caught with their hand in the cookie jar, who finds themselves in need of an abrupt and expeditious flight from London's fair. You find yourself among the complement of gentlefolk folk who keep the roads running, and as ever, you are deeply grateful that your co-workers extend their discretionary skills to you. It wouldn't do to have a sometimes paramour or errant debtor catch word of your departure. Oh boy. Ooh, is that us? Come see the sultry songstress. Be bamboozled by bawdy ballads and dazzled by delightful dirges every Friday at the Palladium. It's a good thing I'm leaving. I'm getting too well known in the East End for my taste. Oh, it is us. Coat check. A wide range of frock tails and greatcoats, some in better conditions, other than seems to never get off the rack. A good representation of the Palladium's clientele. By the Saints, there's one note inside. Oh, we're not touching that. Barrel dealer. Impartiality towards players in the dealer's foremost virtue, something bias-free automatons excel at. The game here is thorough. First made popular in France, it's quick-paced and easy to learn, and it allows any number of players. Baccarat dealer. I wonder if these devices ever stop to consider their situation. It'd be bleak to be going through the motion all the time, fueling the addiction of gamblers. Fair credits play between player and banker. Cards are assigned point values equal to their numbers except for the face cards, worth 0. You'll find the more serious gamblers here, but there are far more reliable ways to earn a few quid. Whist dealer. The Paladin was rather glad to acquire these machines, far less discretion and trickery, although it still happens, of course. This here is Whist, a trick-taking card game with 4 players split into 2 pairs. Statue. What? Lady Luck towers over the tables. Blessings or curses, the gamblers without restraint. Dee Nikki? I want to say Nike so bad, but I know it's not pronounced. I don't think it's pronounced Nike. The Greek goddess of victory. In my expertise, there are many victories to be had in the casino. Philosopher. Epictetus. The philosopher banished from Rome for teaching Stoicism. Thought he fared much better in London. Stage door. This leads to the green room. Nothing I need there until my performance tonight. Microphone. One of my favorite inventions of the modern age. Standing upon the stage, I can communicate the most intimate emotions to 100, even 200 people at a time. Lefty Brown. The inimitable Lefty Brown, gambler, thief, and somehow a class act all at the same time. How have you been? I haven't seen your name in the papers lately. I take it no news is good news, as they say. Oh, it's a woman. Aye, so it is. And it's quite the trick to keep it like that. Oh. Every time some bloody fish wife loses her bridal ring, it gets blamed on me, London's premier jewel thief, which is great for catching drinks on a Saturday night, but not so great when you're dealing with the law. So you've been laying low. Let's just say I've been dressing up a little mare when I got old. The Paladin is quite popular. Doesn't seem smart to show your face around here. Maybe, maybe not, but I've still got to make my living in the road. I'm about to give up on the Paladin. It's become a haven of tourists and posers. What do you think about the courtesan killer? I've been sniffing around this courtesan killer case. I've had a personal interest, as you can imagine. What do you make of it? Could be either Jimmy or Beast, if what I've heard. I'll tangle with something similar in Prague, it can. I would have been victim number 4 if I wasn't sleeping with one eye open. I owed a very unpleasant fellow a rather large pile of coin, and I was expecting trouble. What happened? What was that? Oh. This particular scoundrel favored a boning knife for his bobby, and twigged his shadow passing the lamp and left guttering, and rode off to kill before he could slash me open. And you got away? Oh, yeah. I skipped out over the balcony. 2nd floor. No problem for yours truly, but he hadn't the brass to follow. But Daddy Connor was too close to joke about. Was the killer captured? All I can say was that it's named by me. I'll have to trade steamer that very night. Ask for help. Think you'd like to pitch in and help me nab this maniac? If we wait for Scotland Yard, there won't be a Londoner left safe from here in Braxton County. Ned's hey, my dear. The one time was as close as I ever wanted to bean mutton. Best of luck though. Love to see your name in the airlines for that. Worthy a bit, but Left is not known to get mixed up in trouble that she didn't start herself. Have you had your hand in anything illegitimate lately? Every freaking time. If If it's under 60, we never make it. She raises her hand as if swearing an oath. As pure and innocent as a babe in swaddling clothes. At least for the blue bottle's kin. Naturally. What about your trade then? Are you and Beatrix still butting heads over the title of finest thotty mop in all of London? Oh, I hardly call it a contest, least of which when poor base falling so far behind. Me, yeah. Well, I suppose she still got a few years to catch up. I'm glad I can run into you, Lefty. Take care of yourself. That's one thing you can always count on last. Bye now. Clementine? Oh, cool. If it ain't the lovely Miss Reed, you're in early, aren't you, darling? I thought you weren't singing till this evening for a dram? Very funny, Clem. Do you think it's a tad early? Well, late day da, miss, better than day drinking. Time was you, me and Penny would drink any of the lads here under the table. Do we want a vent tour? Let's vent. I've just spent the last night and a terrible long morning with one Lord Braxton. You forgive me if the headache hasn't quite abated. Wouldn't want to add to it just yet. Now that, my ducky, is more than fair enough. There's few in East London who could drink a minotaur under the table. Dwarves, perhaps, or certain fae. Fit only to be swayed by drink when served in the iron glass. Speaking of clients and the headaches, you've got a telegram from the Texan here, and one from Theodore Redgrave, sent along to the place of business though. I expect that they've been sent to the bell jar as well. We've read it. I swear my eyes are falling with the amount of long-winded messages I received. Thanks, Clem, but you can bend these. I already read them at the bell jar. Sounds fine. I don't mind tossing something out, especially when it's a misbehaving gin bibber. Police Gazette. A broadside was abandoned at the bar. Read it. Murder still at large, and after the recent slaughter of Cannock Street, the body turned up in a back alley, torn to pieces. Who could be behind the bloodshed? Scotland Yard has doubled its forces to catch this killer. As of this day's writing, it claims that only ladies of the night have been targeted. But to be safe, all women are discouraged from being out of doors after sunset. Troubling times. I just hope there's something I can do. What could? And a possibly voluptuous woman clad in torn hugging nightgowns reclines upon something resembling an outside church pew. From inside her painted mouth, the tips of her canine teeth suggest a lurking danger. Not exactly subtle, the way it implies that werewolves are an uncontrolled beast, though there's certainty and equally unsuitable, insidious occurring here. Idolization occurring here. I'd be lying were I to pretend I have no empathy for the artist. A pyramid carving meant to stimulate the baser desires. Well, this is certainly the place for it, at least. I don't think they're... Yeah. Let's go in. Go to the Velvet Rose. I better take care of everything else I need before I need to see Zora. She can be long-winded at times, especially if she's in the mood. There's nothing we have this. This is what we're doing. And I think I have to go inside the Velvet Rose with this. Search for friends. And we can't do Molly right now. Let's just make sure there's nothing we can do to find out what room he's in. I think we went everywhere we can here. Yeah, we did. Save. Enter. Opening as a public house in 1667, the Palladium and the rose that sits at its crown have the dubious honor of being one of the first new constructions begun after the Great Fire that ravaged London in the Devil's Year of 1666. The workers of the Rose have long claimed that its house of a brothel as well, and despite its occasional forays into social acceptability throughout the centuries, as its deed have changed hands, it will always return to its original state. Regardless of the history, both the building and its workers have been reasonably good to you. A warm and lively air, pleasant conversation, and the wafting smell of bergamot greet you at the door. That's the matter of a vinyl to deal with or to ignore, and you'll need to see the madam of the house before tonight's performance. A day's work that is only distinct from its predecessors is that, for good and for ill, it is your last. I just want to make sure nothing was canceled. No. Right. Foreign landscapes. Scenes from the distant lands, I often dream of other places while working at the Rose. But to be reminded of them is this never sat right with me. Spittoon. I don't fucking believe this. Mr. Sykes, I demand you lower your voice while in my establishment. What did Bay even say to you? A warning? That's fair as play, but this? Beatrice is none of your concern. You violated house rules with her. Let me talk to Bay? Is that the one who... Mr. Sykes, you're hereby banned from services at the Velvet Rose for a period of 1 month. You may return after expiration or said ban, and you can receive your partial reimbursement at the front desk. I don't care about the money. This is your last warning, Sykes. You have 10 seconds to leave before I call in enforcements. Christ alive. All right, then. I'm moving, but this is harsh shit you mark me. What? Tucked under the barn settles is a pailful of tobacco juice close to spilling over. No cat, stars, or other equally excitable animals allowed inside. Might as well be a footnote given the notice share's length. Let it never be said that Madame Zora doesn't run a type ship. Artemis. The Virgin Goddess Artemis, twin sister of Apollo. Here is repose. I know Artemis quite well. Hera forbade Artemis' mother Leto from giving birth on the mainland or an island, since she was angry with Zeus for impregnating Leto. But Leto found secure on Delos, where she bore the twins. Tooth powder. Streaks of flagrant tooth powder cling to the faucet's handles. Perhaps left by a client, more likely a work if only those giants keep up their rituals like we do. Someone discarded a few loose coins here. Waste not, want not. Anything here? Grand piano. By the German designer Stingway, shipped all the way from New York City. Lou. That's Lou. Looks like she's sloshed, which is unfortunately a not infrequent mistake for her. Oiled up at this time of day, Lou. There requires the occasion. That means drunk. Tips here, drunk. You know how it is, Clara. Life's nasty, brutish, and short. Then you die, so you might as well make the most of it. True enough that might die sooner rather than later with that courtesan killer picking off working girls like us. I won't lie. The notion has me proper of fear. Afraid. Oh, we're no longer wary. We look after our own. Zora won't let anything happen to us. I, she'll do what she can when she's not being a controlling stick in the mud. Uncharitable, but fair. What's your take on the Carter Sands killer's business? I know one of the girls I did, Hannah Lind, her name was. She used to work here, but she moved on ages ago. That's right, I remember her, a nice enough sort. Before she was killed, she was still working as a dolly, as far as I know, which is more than I can say for all of the victims. A working girl like us, even to the better end. You know how them bobbies are, always sleeping rough, are up to her eyeballs in gin was enough. Ugh. Anyone sleeping rough or up to her eyeballs in gin was probably up to all else's too. It's all the same to them. Any plans for this evening? Nothing special, but I'm looking forward to your performance tonight, my Reed. Oh, stop it. Nothing I haven't done before. It wouldn't be too sure about that. You gotta look after you. You gotta look about you. Thank you. Play it off. Don't be silly. You're in cups, darling. You're right. I'm sure. It must be the mashing things. Maybe they're off the bottom of Titchlu. Clara, I couldn't possibly. Otherwise, how could I dig at the ivories with such a natural ease? Best be on my way. Till tonight, Lou. Till tonight, Clara. Zora was looking for you. She's in her office upstairs.